Oh, my first in. Oh, has that been disinfected?
Yeah. Pen that works.
Guys, just make sure that you charge him double, please.
That sounds like a perfect business plan, Zsolt.
So you're ready for getting chinned this morning. So, I've drawn peg 8 on Chestnut, which is the bigger lake up there. I've never actually fished a match on there. So there's lots of big carp in there. There's lots of silverfish in there as well. There's lots of big skimmers. Obviously, this time of year, I'm not sure whether they're going to play ball. And you've got to win. You've got to win today to qualify. And that makes a big difference. It's no different to your fishos, your mavers, your golden reels. I've got to go there with the attitude of, really,
Definitely have an attitude.
the wind is completely the opposite way to where I want it, looking at it at the moment, as per normal. And I think this time of year, it makes a massive difference, the wind. So let's get me boots on and we'll get round to the peg and give you a rundown. Right, just setting up now. Just talk you through the lake a little bit. I'm on Chestnut Lake, peg 8. And not actually fished this lake as a match, and it's actually caught me out a little bit. It's quite deep. So I'm at 10 meters there. That plums up really nice. It's like a plateau there. It's like a snooker table, really. It's really flat. It's lovely. And as you come back, you just see it there. It just comes up. So I'm fishing just as it bottoms out. But so if I put another section on, let me just show you. And then that's 11.5, so that's one off the coloured section. That goes down again, see? So I know at 10 metres, that bottom's going to be solid. And at 13, it goes down again. So I'm pretty sure, if I reach out, that might be where it actually just stops. So what I'm going to do, if I get time, because we're a bit pushed for time, I want to fish that 10 metre line because it looks really nice. And bear in mind, it was 24 degrees yesterday. Obviously today, typical English weather. It's like literally people sat there with a coat on. So it's still warm, it's still nice, but it ain't nothing like yesterday, which will make it a bit better. The only problem I got is the wind's blowing down the other end of the lake. So it's going to be tricky, I think, to win from here. But, you know, you have got to try and win. And so I've also set a rig up at the moment, so I'm still setting up. I've set a rig up for down by this reed bed. It looks quite nice. It's really deep there. It's literally 4 foot straight down. Let me just mark this up a minute. A bit of Tipex. So let me just show you that rig. I'm setting up all F1 XS's on those 17 main lines. It's all carp. There's a lot of silverfish in here, but this time of year, springtime, we all know silvers normally go off a little bit. So that other line I got there, that is literally, what have I got there? It's quite deep. Really, I've got my little hookups on today, really important. Now we're getting into when the sun starts coming out. I've probably got 3.5 foot. So that's a nice depth. I can fish right off the end of this like iris bush here. I can go around the corner a little bit, and I've also got the same depth that way. I'm not, you know, I'm totally unsure what's going to happen really. I'm going to set up. I'm not going to set up loads of kit. I just can't see the point today. I might set up a rig for 13 just in case, because I remember the last live match I fished here, I've had to go onto that silt. It's a different lake, admittedly. The silt was a lot closer in. So at the moment, I've set up a 4x14 for this 10 metre line, and I'm going to set a 4x16 up for 13 metres. And that's just in case. I'm setting it up as a bit of a throwaway, really, because you never know. They're big carp in these lakes. You're not going to need many. And I'll set some up for down the edge, probably find like 18 inches of water. And then I probably won't even feed it. I'm just going to set an edge rig up now. I'm going to get me little carp shallows out because they haven't been out for ages. I fancy fishing. I could end up setting like 2 rigs up for down the edge, one 4B14 and one 4B12. For the simple reason is, depends on what bait you're fishing. If I'm going to be fishing hard pellets, just don't know ever. It's a funny time of the year. Bait wise, I've opted for corn. I've got some dead maggots. Obviously, it's a very strict bait limit here. You're sort of limited to what you can do. So I've opted for some corn, some dead maggots. The dead maggots are just in case, really, because there's a lot of roach in here as well. And then I've got some 2mm. I've got some 4 to 6s they are here, like 4.5 to 5mm pellets, which I thought, with it not being the height for summer, I thought that's bang on. So I got some of them. And I've also brought some hard hookers, because you can use whatever pellets you want on the hook. So I've got a selection of hard hookers there. And I also got some 6mm Pro expanders. Now, what do I put on down the edge? I'm going to put 0.15 on to a 14 XSH. So not too crazy. I think today I would have estimated you're probably going to want upwards of getting on for £200, I think. I would have thought. Some of these pegs look lovely with that wind blowing in, but you never know. So I got this is me 4B10 in it. No, 4B12, sorry. Just strung out. I'm going to put a 14 XSH on there, and I can put a piece of core, and I can put like a band pellet. Let's just plumb up and have a look. These rigs ain't been out for ages. It's quite nice to actually get out and do some carp fishing, to be honest. So I'm going to come down the edge here. Now that is super, super deep. That is really deep, that is. Now I've got a dilemma now where to fish, because that is like proper deep. So if I come right in here, and if anybody knows this place, they do come right in. So I've got a dilemma to make whether to fish at the bottom of that sort of slope, where it's flat. Let's have a look on the other side. No, this side's really shallow, I think. That's like, because I know the fish on here, they do come right in. Let me just go have a little plumb around down the bank a little bit. That is super, that's hard. That plumbs up really not easy, that. If you're seeing that, that is like a stony shelf. I'm gonna try and find, this is where you've got to be prepared to maybe put a couple of sections on. It's all much alike, to be honest. You either fish at the bottom of the shelf or on a real bad slope. I think down this side I'm going to have to bite the bullet and just fish on a flat spot. I think 2 things are going to happen here. That's deep, in it. Look at that. So that you can see that there, that's like bumping down the shelf. The only thing I can do, because this side's shallower, is set up another rig like that. Really difficult to plumb up that. Really difficult. I'm not going to lie. Let me just put a joint on. When it's like that, I do like to try and fish, try and get close to the bank as I can. Now you see that there, that's the start of that horrible slope. I think you probably catch that on camera. That's horrible. I don't like that. That's really tricky. I might have to bite the bullet and fish like there. At least I've got a little flat spot there. It's quite nice, actually. Because it will come off it drops down like another little. Really, really tricky, that. Let me just put that one extra joint on, because I put every other peg, so we've got a bit of room. I put my oil of Ulay on this morning and my hands are all slippery. So, you put that on your beard, mate. See here, I can get closer to the bank on a bit better slope. I don't know if Zsolt's picking that up on camera.
Perfect for me. There's more if you fish there.
Yeah, I don't really want to be making it that easy for you, Zsolt. So I can come in. That is literally like a curbstone there. But at least I can get nearer the bank, and it's all right there. I think I'm going to bite the bullet. Let me just see if I can find the same depth really close to me. So if I want to, look at that. That is super deep there. So if I want to, I can come into here. If I get problems with that down there, that's what I do, options. That is really deep there, isn't it? God, that is lovely there, that's flat. Bit of a tricky one, that, the light. That is so deep there, it's ridiculous. Wasn't expecting that. I fished on the other side here filming, it's completely different to that. Look how deep that is there. That is like 4 foot straight down. But at least it's close to me. So I can go there, which is nice. There's the start of that shelf. There. I think I'm going to take a gamble and fish there. So I'm banging opposite. There's a little white boat on the bank. So I can go there. And if I need to, I can put 2 joints on and go down here. I think that's it. I think I've made my mind up for that. Let's just cut that down. So that's it really. 4 lines, got a short line. It's all gambles. I don't come here. I've got to win to get through to the final. So, bite the bullet, get on with it. So I'm going to set that 4B12 up. I think hard pellet's going to be pretty good down there. Because I think if you're going to put maggots in that depth of water, I think you're going to get roached out. Is that it, yeah? Right. It's all in. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a bit of a crafty one. Are you filming?
Yeah.
Just checking if Zsolt was filming. I'm literally just going to start right down here because it's really deep. You never know. You might get a quick one. I'll just shot it on a little bit of F1 corn. Not really going to feed a lot. Just going to chuck a few of the fishery pellets down there. Just going to take it easy because I reckon it might be a bit. Just going to tick over those. So I've covered all options really. The only option I haven't covered is the long pole, like long. I've not bothered with it. So plan of action is to start with pellets. I thought I'd just put a piece of corn on down there just to see if I can get one. Sometimes. There you go. That's a skimmer. Little skimmer. Keep that to one side. So nice bit of corn. Just throw a few pellets down there. I'm only starting there because it's so deep. Now I might get caught out because it is cold. I mean, yesterday it was like 25 degrees. Look at that. Another skimmer. Mega, isn't it? Crazy. I wish my silverfish finder would have been like that at Spring Vale, but it wasn't. So let's just chuck a couple more pellets in. There's a carp opposite. I just got a feeling that wind is not going to help here at all. Another nice skimmer. Is it a silverfish match today, Zsolt? So I'm not bothered, you know what I mean? I could have gone in there, and I'm not gonna panic yet. Just keep going. Your next chuck could be a. It's just nice to get a couple of fish quick, to be honest. A couple of 4 or 5. They're like 5mm pellets, they are. So I'm just going to concentrate on my sort of short lines. I reckon the temperature's gone down 10 degrees from yesterday, which is absolutely insane. Just chuck a few pellets down there, nothing really. There's one just bow waved off from the inside, but that was nowhere near the bottom. It's just a pity that ain't gone under with a couple of 10-pounders. Just have a quick glance around and see he's fishing short, so I've probably started on the right thing. Just a bit unfortunate I've not caught a carp yet. Very little bait. Whoa, get down, Shipp. Not bad, eh? Nice pounders. Just throw a few in before I go back in. Just take it nice and easy. No point forcing anything at the minute. It's just gone out to 10 metres, sorry, not 10 metres, top kitten 2 on the hard pellet, 6mm. Just had a nice big skimmer. So I've had a few skimmers short, no sign of a carp yet. So I'm just throwing a bit of bait. I might just pot a bit in because I would like everything settled on the bottom. I threw a little bit in before I went out there. Just pot a few of those fishery 4mm. Well, they're like a 6mm really. There's not a lot between the. There's not a lot of difference between the 4s and 6s on this fishery. So probably put like 15, 20 in. Drop that over. Fishing quite a nice short line. Just let that all catch up. I think the only thing that's going to let me down here is the depth of water today. It's a lot deeper than what I thought it was going to be. You can probably tell by the camera as well, the wind is hacking down to the right. If it was blowing this end, I'm sure it'd be better. Unfortunately, it's not. And with it being warm as well, yesterday, I think them fish are going to want to be sat in that wind. I reckon, oh, there you go. I think that's another bream. Oh, no, perhaps not. So that was nice. Tiny little bite. First carp. Big fish in here, you won't need many fish. Take your time, I've got 13 jaw slip in. Because it is a funny time of year, I don't want to go overboard. God, woo, woo, woo. Brilliant, the hook's gone through his lip. God, ew. Well, if that's the way you want to hook yourself, that's fine by me. Right, let's put that down. £7. Let's bring that band back down. So I'm not actually air rigging. I'm just hooking a band at the moment. Let's get that on nice. Give it 15 pellets. So get them in, not making too much, spread them out a little bit. I will throw as well, but I just want to see what's... There you go. Skim of that. Just don't want to bring anything off the bottom if I can help it. Oh, that was foul, look, skim of that. Let's go back out, not feed this time. Definitely a foul, look, skim of that. Bite then, missed him. So I've not fed that 10-metre line. I'm just concentrating on this at the moment. Because when them skimmers are feeding, I think sometimes if you're priming a line up, they're just eating everything. You can see how fast they were on that line. So feeding and trying to prime it might not be any good today. At the moment, anyway. There you go. Another nice skimmer. Just putting weight in the net, you know. Especially them ones. I don't mind catching them. That's perfect. Got one of those hookable bands on there, and they are absolutely brilliant for this. So just stealth them in. Try and keep, because of the depth, I'm just trying to keep everything down. But I'm enjoying it. It's nice fishing because I'm getting some bites. There you go. I'm not sure that's in the mouth, that. I don't think it is. Definitely foul hooked, I think that. You're always going to foul hook a few. I am talking quite softly as well, so I don't want to pee everybody off around me. A bit of a Zsolt can pick me up on the mic. Yeah, he's right, he's nodding. Yeah, he's foul hooked. Oh, don't know. Yeah, he is foul hooked. Take your time. Like I say, they've got a 16 XSH. They're brilliant for this time of year. I'm not going to OTT. I could have probably put a GPM on, but they got a wider gape XSH. I find they're a really good hook for big carp. I need a little bit of luck at the minute. My fishing, my drawing ability is pretty pants. Zolt's actually drawing better than me at the moment, which is concerning. You can see that 13 drawer. You don't, you know, it's nice because I'm sat a long way up as well today, so having a bit of a light elastic is going to help a little bit. Ooh. Cannot believe how cold it feels from yesterday. He's definitely not in the gob, but I'm going to try my hardest to get him out. Need a bit of luck. So I'm not throwing nothing while I'm playing this. Not yet. I mean, we've only been going like just under half an hour. Come on, baby. Definitely hooked in the wing, that one. You do. So, that's the sort of luck you get. Not. Good fish, that. Thank you, Zsolt. Put him down for £10, that one. That'll get the clicker going, a few more of those. So I've actually feeding the fishery sort of 6 mils. But I'm fishing with one of the hard Sonia Baits hard pellets on. Got some red ones as well. Just soak them up a bit. Right. I'm going to try not to throw really at the minute. Just spread them out in a little bit of a line. And I said I know that is crystal clear there. There's no silt because it goes out and it goes off again. So I would say there'd be no silt, no bubbles, no nothing there. I'm going to try to stick with the bigger pellets. I've obviously got a bag of micros that I got from the shop, soak them up. I didn't. That's going to be trickier today because of the depth of water. Just take one of them little adjustment shot off. It's fine when you're doing this sort of fishing, you want your float dead right. You don't want too much. You just want like sort of 3 or 4 mil. Told you. Nice big tench that. I just said Zsolt, that's a tench. He's like, no. I'm like, do not argue with me. Was I right, Zsolt? See, told you, didn't I? You know why I caught that on? I've got 2 carp. I've got quite a few skimmers. As for the match at the moment on this lake, there's 2 lakes in today, obviously. I'm doing all right. I'm probably up there, really. I think 3 carps top, Zsolt. 3 carp top. Yeah. So I've got 2 carp. That tench. And then I've got, like I said, I've got quite a few skimmers. It's just starting to peter off. The skimmers were there in numbers a little while back, and some of them were like £2. But I'm just going to come off. I've not come off the top 5 yet because it's like, well, it's just nice fishing to be fair. Oh, it's come off. I can't see the point in going out into deeper water because I think it's going to be too deep. And it tells you where, you know, what's happening. Would it being really hot yesterday? I've just started throwing again because it's gone a bit. It was really good potting. I've started throwing. I'm trying to throw a little bit short of my float like that. So there's not a lot of bait where my hook bait is. And I can always go back to tapping bait in. But I sat there for a bit and you could just tell it just petered away. So I'm still fishing hard pellet. I've not put nothing else on. I've not tried hard pellet out there or anything. Sorry, soft pellet. I could give it a go. I just got a bad feeling the fish are going to follow that wind. It looks perfect down to my right. See the end peg in that corner is just playing one. And when I walked up this morning, all the scum was in that corner. So I just got to keep going with my game plan really. And hopefully you get a run of carp. But you cannot write these skimmers off because they're all weighers. They're all like 10 ounces to a big one's like, I've got one probably £2.5. But they are fading away a bit. There's an odd one cruising like that one, but they're cruising. You can't see them. It's impossible to see. You're on the wrong side, I think, because the shade's on the other side. I would have thought because of the trees behind. It's just not hot enough anyway. They're just bombing around. And they're probably the ones that are coming the edges later on, if you're lucky enough. But they definitely caught more carp on that side, and that's shallower. That's definitely a lot shallower than what it is this side. Because I've actually done some videos that side. You certainly ain't got the depth of water like I've got on the inside here. Nothing like it. There you go. That was on the drop. I am fishing quite heavy, but it don't seem to be making a lot of difference. 0.15 bottom. I was thinking about sort of maybe going down to 0.13 and a 16 GPM just to make it look a little bit more inviting, if you know what I mean. But I'm just going to stick with this a minute. Just flick that out past. So I'm not throwing loads in. Just throw like 8 or 10. Just Try doing it twice, make double the noise. He's had two to my right. I think he's had that one down the edge. He's spending like a lot of time just sat there. It looks like he's got a lot shallower water than what I got. There you go, another carp. Brilliant. This is like, you know, it's all gambles in it, but doing what I'm doing, catching a bit of everything. Can't see the point in doing much else at the moment. And it's still early days. I hope that's a carp. It's not another big tench. It's not a big carp. It's not one of the big ones that are in here. You do. £6, I reckon. Bad angling. Ain't got to be discouraged out. That's the normal. Didn't like that. I'll put that down for 6. So I've just gone from, just tried putting one of the fishery pellets on as well, because obviously that's what I'm feeding. It's the sort of things you've got to be aware of. Right, do that again. So just flicked it past, just upwind slightly, and then try and feed like 8 or 10 short. Leave that just a few seconds. And then again. I think it's going to be mostly short fishing today, unless it goes Pete Tong in the middle of the match. And I've got to go out long, but that wind's a bit of a pain, to be honest. It's getting up. There's a massive bumblebee somewhere. Yeah, where is he, Zsolt? Yeah, no, he's massive. He's coming for some corn, I reckon. There you go. A skimmer. You start adding these up, and they all make a difference. Should have got me double clicker out, really. I've left it in the van. I haven't really needed it recently, to be honest. Just trying to find one of the bigger pellets in there. So throw in now. Like, if you look at what I was doing earlier, I was like trying to not make any noise. It's I've changed because of the bite slowed up. I've got to go a bit careful though, because that's what I'm trying to chuck them a bit shorter. So flick that upwind like that, strung out rig. Again, 8 or 10, just slightly short, most of them, but leave that a few seconds. And shorter, like that. I think they get preoccupied with it. It's alright when it, you know, when it is really tough fishing and you've got to put them in deep water, but I'm going to try not to, because I want to try and catch, obviously trying to catch carp. Okay, beautiful. Another skimmer. Good than that is. That's the ones you want. Then pound afters, they soon add up. A bit less than that, £1.25 that one. Absolutely pristine though, look at that. The pellet's still on. I'm just trying to get it as right as I can. It's like you've got to feed. Thing is, this can change. This can go from, who knows what's going to happen, do you know what I mean? But I'm hoping, I'm praying that it goes from, in my mind at the moment, I'm going from keep going because I'm putting a nice weight together. I'm up with the rest of them on the lake, the ones that are caught like 4 carp, 5 carp, well 4 carp probably. And with my skimmers, at least I'm building a nice weight, and I think this can change like real quickly. It can go from skimmers to you know, to catching loads of carp. It's just that wind. I think that wind's it's gonna be tough to beat them anglers in the wind today. I really do. I was praying to be in the wind today, down the end, you know, wind end. Everywhere I've been fishing recently, the carp want to be in that wind. It's a bit warmer, and as we all know, it's hard to compete sometimes. You just got to do what you can, you know, do what you do. If it weren't for these skimmers, I don't think we'd be catching much at all, to be honest. Just gone off now. Give it a few more pellets. There you go, that was a skim bob. Just try. Let me just try a 6mm pellet a minute, a softie, a big expander. Just have a go. You never know. Them skimmers might just nail that a bit better. Bite. Fast bite as well, that was. So I've just got some Pro 6s that I've done earlier. They're absolutely perfect now. There you go. Completely different bite on the expanders. Let me just see if I can. Good skimmer that. Woo. I've got a carp on now, and that was on a 6mm Pro expander. I've had a nice little run, to be fair, some nice skimmers. That literally was like, that was going to hit the bottom of that float. It went under that quick. So I've just cut back. So I was getting a few indications. So I'm feeding like 6 pellets. Get in there, baby. That's a nice fish. Whoa. Let him settle down a bit. They're not happy here, I'll tell you. Get down, Shipp. Whoa. You wreck yourself in his net. God, dear me. There's no chance of holding them up. Put that down for £9. Oh dear, it's moved all my shot about that. Let's get all my shot back to how I had it. So yeah, I started getting some indications. I've gone back to potting. So I've got one of those big 6mm Pros. It's happening like 6 or 8 pellets. So I've gone back to how I sort of started, really. don't know if I've got to be aware of. I think there's a guy in the, he is opposite me, just slightly to the right. He is fishing shallow. I think he's had one or two, possibly. So I'm going to keep my eye on for that. Obviously, I'm doing all right. There you go. Catching both. That's the sort of smallest skimmer, sort of 8, 9, 10 ounces, I reckon. Probably a bit less than that, 8 ounces. But it all adds up, doesn't it? So just roll that round the hook. Oh, come on. It's quite a big pellet, that. It's like a bit like a, when they swell out, they're like an 8mm. Mega, isn't it? Could do with a few more carpo and catch an absolute mega weight. So at the moment, I'm quite happy. Doing what I'm doing, just keeping my eye out. Just started throwing a few pellets down there. Just keep everything ticking over. Not that long line. I've not done enough of that long line. I'm just rather concentrate on this. A bit shallower water. Oh, Jesus. Definitely a few liners as well. As you can probably tell, I'm down the edge at the moment. I've done that because a few people caught a few fish down the edge. The guy to my right, he's only fished down the edge really. But he's had a few. But he's definitely got one on now. He's definitely got less water than me. Just fouled up one then, actually lost it. So I've had a big skimmer down there. I just think it's going to be a problem. I've tried to catch off the end of my nets again just for 10 minutes. But no, I've lost one small skimmer. They don't want to come in here for some reason. Like they're catching opposite, like close and down the edges. They've had a few. So at the moment, I'm just sticking with hard pellets. It's a bit of a tricky one, really, because I can catch skimmers, but I can't catch... Well, I have caught some carp, but obviously I just thought I'd have a quick look, because it is deep down there. They're never going to show themselves because it is too deep. So I thought I'd have a little look. Obviously, option-wise, there's a little liner. I could start putting some micros in there. I've got plenty of micros. But at the moment, I'm just trying to stick with hard pellet down there. Can't see the point in going long. I just can't see the point. Or, you know, you're looking for big carp. But I don't really want to overcook it yet. I don't really want to go piling bait in there. I mean, the guy to my right's literally just feeding just nothing really. But he's probably got 3 foot where I've got like 4, which is a lot of difference when they come in. They'll come in off the bottom. Whether they'll go down in that depth, because I've not got off the end of my keep nets either. I've not hooked one there, which is a shame really, because I thought I might sneak a few out. 2 hours to go, and I've got about £50 of carp. And God knows what wet silvers I've got, I ain't got a clue. But I've caught skimmers really well. I had to go down the edge, I caught one skimmer. I've gone back out on the top kit and 2 line, again with those big 6mm expanders. And I've had another carp about £8. And the only thing is, there's a few more carp. Not everybody's catching carp. And Zsolt's gone to get me a cup of tea. And I'm actually just throwing a few, I'm actually just upping the feed a bit. because it certainly helped. It sort of, they went off and I've started like giving it sort of 50-60 pellets, and it sort of brought them back. I don't want to overcook it. The biggest problem I got, I think, is the depth of the water down the edges. It's not going to help me at all today. I think, you know, what I'm doing, you know, I could just sit down the edge and look for an old carp, but it's not going to be enough. I think doing what I'm doing, I'm sort of sticking with it. I'm sort of up there. Here, a nice bream. Them silvers are going to, you know, play a big part for me today. I've just started my second silverfish net because I haven't got a clue what I've got. I should have had me double or triple clicker out today, but they're good fish. You know, you add all them up, and that other bank's definitely been better for carp. Definitely. It's shallower, they're catching down the edges better than what we can. Well, I've not even sort of tried really. And try not to get too sucked into like just fishing for, well, I am fishing for carp, but I can't catch. Them edges are gonna, I just think they're gonna be really, really tough to catch in. I think doing what I'm doing, I give myself a chance of catching a big wet of silvers, an odd carp, and then I'll hopefully come in. The thing that's let me down is the keep net. I just thought I might catch on a keep net, but it ain't happened. I've just started putting little balls of micros in to try and get something to happen, because nothing's happened there really. So I'm just rolling that around. The only thing is, there is several of them breaming that are off the bottom. So I'm just going to throw a little bit of corn down there as well. Just throwing a bit of bait in. Zsolt kindly went and got me a cup of tea. Thank you, Zsolt. Not enough sugar in that.
1 sweet for that.
Wasn't enough. Big cup of tea, that. So I'm trying to, like, it's really weird that I want a pot, but you can only pot for so long, and then it just fades away to nothing. And then you've got to start throwing again to get anything to come back, which brings them off the bottom a bit, but it just seems the only way of, like that. Yeah, that's a carp. So you make your own luck at this, really. So I'm just going to smack my click around to 0, because I don't want to put another one. It's just a £60 limit. It's not a big fish, that, but I think I'm in the race, Zsolt. I'm in the race. What do you reckon? Which is good. I just no. You said that last time, and then that lake probably ended up winning it. So I got to be very careful that I don't get too sucked into what Zolt's telling me. But it's brilliant fishing, honestly. The silverfish fishing's been incredible. Of course, if there had been a few more carp mixed in, you could be on for £200. So everyone counts. This is the same hook length. It's been absolutely battered. The elastics have been battered. Nice. So I'm trying not to get too overexcited. I'm going to start my second carp net. Come on, baby. That'll do. Nice, like £6. I don't even want to touch them as they go absolutely stupid in the net. So second carp net. Go on, baby. Go on. Give that £6. That just waited a little bit longer then in thump. Them 6mm Pro expanders are brilliant. Bear in mind, I've done them this morning. I'm trying to drop that in. Little ball. Just concentrate on that. Feels like I want to hook a fish. Give it some pellets. There's a liner there. I've got to go careful that I don't overdo it. And that's me all over. I love chucking bait in. But I've got to go careful. So what I don't want to do is foul up them things. And it's not always easy because they obviously get fish for a lot here. I am sat here actually thinking, what do I do down that deep margin? I ain't too sure. I bought my quota of corn and that is an option. But I've also got to be aware of it. I've got a good weight of silvers, which is probably like 5 or 6 carp worth, I would say. So I've got to be very, like, sort of try and use my brain a bit so I don't... Another skimmer. So I'm going to try and... They're good fish, aren't they? Oh my God, how many is them in here? I wish this was a silverfish final. I've been well happy with it, I'll tell you. So you think how much I've changed this line from potting to throwing, back to potting, trying to make the most of the peg. It's not easy, and I don't say I've got it dead right, but you can get the gist of what I'm trying to do. Trying different things, and none of it that at the moment throwing a good amount in. I mean, there's a lot of skimmers there, isn't there? Some days you can go and tap like 10 pellets in all day, get one a chuck, don't get any problems. And it ain't like that. You get an odd little liner now. So I'm waiting for that to literally go like whack. God knows what you catch on meat today. I think you'll still be weighing in tonight. There you go. Hopefully Zolt's getting a bit of that on film for you. Give it a couple. Look at that, see, that's like £1.50. You add all them up and that XSH, mate, honestly, what a book. Size 16, I love that hook. Such a good hook for this sort of fishing. For the wire, they're super strong. Don't blunt. So let's drop that back in again. A little ball of micros down in here. Bear in mind, that's 3.5 foot deep. Right off your net, which is, I thought it'd be good, but it's not been right today. Always works that, doesn't it? Oh, it come off. I should have just carried on drinking my tea. Got her. Let's throw another few pellets in. So I'm trying to just bring that in a little bit. Bit of corn down there, just so they get a bit of a taste for it, hopefully. Concentrate on that. That's a 4x14 F1XS. Really, I got it strung out, but I've not really caught a lot. Since I've been fishing with them 6mm expanders, I just without a bulk and one dropper really. But when I was fishing hard pellet, I did have a few of those skimmers and that as it just settled. A bit different expanders. Just want it to go under with a carp so badly, like, and it's not really happening like that. This is going to end up costing me, I think, but so hard in these qualifiers like Fishermanias, you know, when you go somewhere and you've got to win, a lot of the time you just don't get the pegs to do it. You certainly don't get a cup of tea on the bank either. Just concentrate. And I'm trying to keep that line so it doesn't affect the float, but I'm right on it, like that. Every single fish is perfect condition. I'm trying to just be really like efficient. I'm just dropping that pellet in just past my pole tip like that. Fold it over. A little cat. If that pellet lands in this side of the pole tip, it literally don't get a bite. Proper weird. You get it right. Oh, come here. I'm running out of expanders in a minute. Try. Run out of expanders. Oh, is it no good? So dropping it in like that, little ball. I'm sort of like that. Go on, straight under. Sit 10-pound carp. Go on. It's weird that you get a little run, like one a chut, and then it goes a bit dead, and sometimes you think there's a carp in your peg. Like that. Oh, I think that's a bream. Yeah, it is. Nice bream, that. Oh, hello. Gloucester Canal special. Zsolt, River Danube.
All day long.
It's lovely because as that pellet goes down, you see the weight of it affect the float, and then all of a sudden the float pops back up to, like, as you can see, probably like 10-15 mil showing. So you know you're on like the perfect presentation. And then you get a little couple of little dinks like that. I'm just leaving it until I literally get a proper. That's the thing with big 6 mil expanders. The bites are normally really, really positive. I'll throw a bit of corn down. It feels like I'm. Oh. Danger man over there, he's free from the end. He's catching right off the end of his nets. But he'll have nowhere near as much water. Nowhere near it. And I know these carp in here, they love feeding in really shallow water. Especially when we had that like 25 degrees yesterday. Just have a quick go in there in a minute. Oh, it's so annoying when you miss a little bites like that. Right, well I've just come back to a top kit where I've been chucking these balls of micros in because I couldn't catch nothing there, and I'm catching some good skimmers. I've just hooked my first carp there, so things are looking alright. The only thing is they're catching well opposite. I don't know, I ain't going to say, I'm just going to get my head down and keep going. Just chucking corn in, odd little ball of micros now and again. Still feeding that short line, but it's immense fishing, incredible fishing really. But if he's rock up, but that side is completely different to this side. There's nothing you can do about it. This side it plumbs up real bad until you get into deep water. And I think, that's the way it is. You've got to try and fish around it and just make sure I chuck a bit of corn in there. That's what I've had. Ooh, come on. Oh, come on. So I've not overgunned it with the elastics and that. It's just nice. Like going back at the earlier bit I said about this 13 Jura. It is the all-rounder. God almighty. Good fish that. Oh my God, he's come back out. He's got the biggest landing net in the world and it's still come back out. Hoping now that I can't see me doing much else apart from down here, because if I'm going to have a chance of winning, that's going to be the winning method for sure. So a nice big chunky bit of F1 corn. Flick it out. It is a bit gnome fishing this, but so I'm just flicking it out, letting it come in. A lot of them skimmers, like I am on that short line, not this short line, the other short line, is a lot of them take it just as it settles. There you go. Right. This is where things can, fingers crossed, get going. Get down, Shipp. Brilliant though, isn't it, when you start catching carp like that? Even Zolt's like, oh yeah, I'll have a bit of that. It's very hard for me because obviously I go to all sorts of different venues and everybody expects you to win. And let me tell you, it ain't like that. Oh, it's old Stumpy. Nice fish though. Go on. Yes, go on Stumpy. He's in. He's stumpy, but very heavy. Get down. He is a bit like me, that one. Big head. Very hungry. Right, let's get back in. So nice. Still got the same hook, 015. Flick it out like that. A bit of corn short. Try to cut the micros out if I can. I've definitely got them there. I've definitely got the skimmers there. Skimmer. Bit of corn. I'll have to change that look in a minute. So I'm always looking at the hook, I'm always looking at the hook length, making sure there's no like damage to it. Don't worry about, I'm just going to chuck a little ball in. Don't worry about chucking it in some days, you know what I mean? I'm not bothered about that. I love throwing bait in. Laziness probably, but come on, you could do with this going under. And a skimmer. Come on, whoa, come here. I don't think you could have probably got away with it on that other side doing this, because I think that's probably why I've caught so many skimmers, because of the depth. Really, that edge down towards where Zsolt is, I'm like, what's the point? I think I'll just get, if I go and put micros in there, I think I'm going to get played by skimmers where I can catch them here. It's easy, it's quick, and I've got a damn good chance of catching just as many carp. Still feeding that snarling. I can't see me coming off of this, to be honest. To stand me chance of winning, I've got to stay on this, I think. Oh, hey up, he's in the edge. Really hits out on the back of the head then. I mean, they're good fish, aren't they? I mean, it's £1.4, £1.6. I might be going for the silverfish record at Cobhouse. Keep that corn going in. So annoying when you miss a bite like that. Get another little ball ready. So I've soaked them up to the max. I can make a nice little ball out of it. I think they just come off the bottom. I did try off the bottom when Zsolt wasn't filming, and that was an absolute waste of time. Typical skimmers, that. I fancy just lashing it in, but I just know I've got to go a bit careful. There you go, right on that ball that was. I actually seen a little bubble come up then. Amazing, isn't it? That is a tank. That's a good thing about those nets. Go on, baby. All right. Absolute. He didn't take long to get out. might put a pot on, because that was literally when that ball I seen the oars come off the pellets. I see a little bubble come up and wallop. I'll try and get this right. Throw in. Right, we've got about an hour to go, I think, Zsolt, in it, just under. Yep. And it's really kicked off now. I've just started my third carp net. The skimmers have faded away now, and the carp have rocked up. So I've probably had like 5 or 6. I've just pulled out of a big one, which was a bit frustrated. I've just stepped up to a 14 XSH as well, and now the wind's decided to go absolutely mad for some reason, but they want these micros. If I just put corn in, it's not the same. I don't know what this wind's up to. So yeah, let's put another little ball. I've decided to put a pot on just to try and make everything sort of tight. Try and fish right on it if I can, a bit like you would if you were, method feeder fishing. So I'm not going to be doing anything else. I'm just going to be concentrating on this. I have got some worms in that, but at the moment I'm just trying to stick with corn. Kai to my right's had a nice little spell down the edge, but I think I'm beating him because I've got all those silvers, see? So they're going to be, I think they're going to be important. Hopefully they're going to be important. Oh, God. Beautiful bite. I don't know, it might have been a skimmer, that. Just flick that out past. Just trying to use my keep net there to keep everything smack on where I'm fishing. There you go. So what I'm going to try and do is feed a bit of corn. Mad, isn't it, how they come in like that. Oh, it's a fouled up bream, that'll do. A bit of luck. I was going to say I want a proper bite. Woo. Good job I changed that 14. Sorry, bream. God, everything's wiry as hell. Sorry about that. I'll take it today. I'll take anything today, actually. I don't know what this weather's doing. Get another little ball ready. Oh, them skimmers are just off the bottom. Come on. Yes. They love it, see. Might even be that little bit of noise. God knows. I've got to apologise for this Jura 13. it's getting absolutely punished at the minute, to be honest. So I'm just chuck a nice bit of corn down just before I net it. My God, what is this weather doing? It's horrendous. I think guys just turned the fans on. Try not to get too excited. I'm trying to make sure everyone counts. I've only lost one down there, to be fair, because everyone's a good one. Most of the fishing here are commons, and they're absolute mad. Oh. There's a tail wrecker. Go on. He's there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Got it. Get out. Right, we'll put that one down for £7. Nice big piece of corn. Just trying to chuck a big chunky bit on. Flick that out. Get a little ball ready. Try and catch one on that piece of corn that I chucked, all them bits of corn, but it's probably all been it. I'm not going to lie. Little ball. If you've never tried that, just do it, because, you know, it's going straight down. That was a bream, I think. Probably foul hooked him. Just come back a little bit in there. It's actually trying to tow to the left now with that wind. Right, what we got to go, Zsolt?
25 minutes.
I must apologise for the 13 Jura. It has been absolutely battered. So at the moment, I've definitely got a chance, I think, of winning. But the guy over there has gone for his 5th carp net. So I'm on my, what have I got now? I'm on my 4th carp net, but obviously I've got all my silvers as well. So, but it's kicked right off short. Trying not to put so many micros in. But the fishing, Jesus, it was just had a bit of a storm as well, like a real windy spell. That they've switched right on. Amazing, isn't it, cobbace? All size fish really. Because I'm not fishing too heavy. That guy's fishing pretty heavy. Depends on the size of his fish really. But I would have thought, I estimate now, I got £200. So just shows you done it, all that hard work with them silvers. I was just thinking about, but we've only got, what have we got left, Zsolt?
25 minutes.
I don't know if it's just absolutely battered the crap out of this 13 Jura, or whether I should change. Yes, and I haven't changed my elastics since like November really. I haven't done that much carp fishing, so I did check them this morning to make sure the knots were good. But it's these £6-7 commons. I've just got a £10 in about 15 minutes ago. Honestly, I just literally poured it up and it went straight in the net. That's the ones I like. But these ones, my God, do they scrap. These are elastic wreckers, these are. These like £6 very healthy fish in here. Try not to, you know, get too over it, because I just want to make sure everyone counts. It is hard when they're fighting this hard. I'm hoping I've got a chance of winning, but who knows? Just depends on what my silvers go. God almighty, it's just like tangled in the main line. Jesus. Absolutely mad. Look at it. Anybody think that was like £15? It's going to do me, that. God's sake. It's ridiculous. So you get your hair off with them, that's the trouble. Honestly, everything's just flew all over the place. A guy next door's trolley's gone shooting down the path because of the wind. Come on. I'm not going to change now. I can't be dealing with stopping in. Jesus. I've had a few of these today, and my God, if you want to come and check, test your tackle out. God's sake, come on. It's one of them which gets tangled around his body. That's what's happened now. You can feel it. So you're going around his dorsal or his... You know, it's come off now. Look at that. Beautiful fish, eh? Probably hooked on... Oh no, he's in the gob. Go on, get in there, baby. That's stunning fish in here, aren't they? No point clicking. I ain't got time for that. I need to get back and get another one. Just holding it like that. It's got to feed it. I'm not. Earlier on, it was like feed it while I was out of like playing one. Waste of time. That's a tench, that. 100% a tench. Do you want to bet on it, Zsolt?
No.
Can tell the way he's knocking. He's fighting as hard as a carp. Get up. Insane, isn't it, how you can catch that close. Nice big barren greenback. Sliding down the net. Just flicking that down wind. 10 bits of corn. Plenty of noise. And hold fire. I try not to put the micros in because but I might have to this chuck. There's so much of this fishing now on carp lakes where you catch right off the end of your keep nets if you've got the right pegs. Oh, that wind. Bloody messing it up now because it's pushing it around everywhere. I think I'm going to get a little ball of micros ready. Come on. I know I'm close. Just, oh, bream, skimmer that. I have actually got my edge rig. And I think it'll probably be about the same depth as this. So there's a few skimmers there now, just come off bottom now, chuck that ball micros in, look. Sort of they go a bit doodally for a bit. There's a skimmer, a little roach or something. How many? 15? Could do with a couple more. Oh, this wind. A lot of movement on the water at the minute, which is dragging the float about. Fouled it. Come in me peg off the bottom, that thing. Oh, oh no, Zsolt. It's weird because I've only. Oh, I know, Zsolt. I've only hooked. The thing is, I've only fouled up 2 there. Do you know what I mean? It's just gone a bit funny at the minute. Same out there, wasn't it? You go in, it's like wallop, and then they just. Oh, that was a proper bite. This could be a nodder. This elastic is going into retirement. I do actually feel sorry for it. Oh no! Can I swear? We've got about 3 to 4 minutes to go now. And the last carp I've hooked, I've lost. It's just gone a bit weird. It's like the wind's come round into my face a bit, and it's moving the float around really like all over the shop. It's like swirling around. But I think they've had a major go, and then they've shut up shop again. Well, for me anyway. There's been a few more coming out. I think it's going to be really close. I don't know. I might be wrong. I've had a big skimmer. And it's just a case of trying to hopefully get one in that last couple of minutes, but it looks like they've had a feed. There's an odd skimmer up in the water, but they ain't going down anymore. Like I had one spell where it was literally in, drop it in, whack, like brilliant, and then they've just gone all funny now. It's weird. Oh, that's fouled out. Gutted. That's fouled up right in the tail, that. Christ. What gutter. Gone all funny. I'm not swearing. Not yet. Come on. It's been really good up to now, and I've like fouled up 2 or 3 in the last half an hour or so. Never liner then, see, where they just move. They're just gone all weird. Bear in mind that's like 4 foot there, just too deep really. Sort of got away with it for a while, and then it's gone proper funny. He's had a few to my left as well, short, late on that end peg. There you go, brilliant. Fish on. Hey up, Zsolt. My landing net come apart. Did you get that? Did you? I've never done that before.
Did you learn from Andy?
I don't know. Is that what Andy May does? Yeah. Right. Well, I'm going to go away a minute because I'm absolutely bursting, but we'll have a chat in a minute. The results are in, and I've won it. Yes, I'm off to Marston Fields for the final. I don't know when it is. I might not even be able to make it. But what a day it's been. Zolt's we've had a real good laugh as well, haven't we, today?
Oh, yeah.
I'm holding the microphone because I can't help myself. I normally drop it in the net for the fish. But there you go. What an amazing day here at Cobb House. I hope you've enjoyed the film. It's been technical in a certain way. And when I don't come here, I've never fished that lake in a match before. As it happens, I've got away with it. I've had 80 pound of silvers, which has made the difference. And that, you know, drawing a peg like that where you haven't got the right depth where you want it, which is short. I took a gamble, and yeah, what a day. I've had 240 pound, I think 220 odd second, which was the guy who's fished short all day. He's been slightly down to my right opposite, and I know that bank's really shallow. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the Preston YouTube channel for more great live matches like this one.
And
Thank you for watching.
From now, I'm gonna be your lucky charm.
And Zolt's going to come back, and we're going to do coaching uncoachable here in the summer. God help us. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves.